Today, on this episode of Reality Gays.
Is Whitney taking care of herself or shitting the bed with Macy?
Newsflash, there are 2 more Frankie Pauls in the world.
And are Dakota and Taylor really donezo? This time?
Computer says no.
Roll it, Christina.
RG on YT, y'all.
Get down tonight, Daddy.
It's time for Reality Gays. We're here to cover another reality show. And while the video plays, just sit back and let go.
Now, you may be thinking, where'd the theme song go? We made this little switch because copyright's a bitch. We got 90 Day, Mormon Wives, Lala, and more. And now you can watch us, you whore. You like to watch. You dirty slut. Yeah, you know.
Like it, don't you? A little too much. Ooh, moist.
RG on YouTube, y'all. I want to show my creamy shoulders. And maybe my nipple.
Poodle, no!
I've always known I've related to Taylor Frankie Paul. But when that bitch had a heating pad on her back after the whole thing with her mom, I went, God, I see you. I know exactly how you're feeling right now. When you're pissed and you're emotional and your back hurts. And the heating pad's the only thing
You
going to make it better.
You did a podcast the other day with a heating pad on your back.
People who make fun of heating pads aren't using them. That's what I need to say. Don't come for them because you have the entire sissy squad defending them.
Well,
love my heating pad.
I don't even know if I have one.
Oh,
maybe
shut
somewhere.
up.
No, I didn't mean that like I probably could use it.
I don't even know if I have one.
I could use it for my hips. They get tight.
Riveting.
No one gives a shit.
No.
Y'all, this is Reality Gays, and I'm Mattie.
And I'm Poodle. We're 2 ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television a new one.
And today we're talking about our favorite saints and sinners from Hulu's Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. This is season 4, episode 6, the Book of Conceit.
Conceit. Wow. Wow, Bethany. Wow. I forgot.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, there's just so much to process.
I forgot what a nightmare Taylor's mother was.
You know, the whole time I was thinking about this, I was thinking, bitch, just roll the footage of the barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
We saw in that moment how not just you, but her
the mother
father,
and the stepfather.
We saw how you speak to your daughter. We saw and that
barbecue was awful.
They're
calling her a slut and everything like that.
That etches in the core of your human existence.
And that was one.
To you.
And that was one part of it. Can you imagine what they said at the swinging scandal?
Can you imagine what they said? Yeah, when the cameras weren't on.
Exactly.
So I'm not trying to use that as an excuse for Taylor Frankie Paul to have.
I kind of do. I kind of understand her behavior.
I understand her behavior. I don't know if she's. I don't know. I'm worried that she's. I'm worried that she's going to bring Dakota in a secret suitcase to the Bachelorette at this point. It's not going to go well.
Leave her back door unlocked at the mansion.
Boy,
that's a good move, by the way.
I think it's going to be like I said, where literally Jesse Palmer is going to trapeze in, pick her up, and we're going to see her just being dropped right into the Bachelorette and then blackout.
Oh, you mean the end of the season?
The end of this season.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
I think this Bachelorette season is going to be really messy. I can't imagine it. I thought she would have maybe, I just don't know if she can find I hate the word poise here because it's not that. With The Bachelor, you do need a little distance from the camera.
I want to say,
and maybe they're changing that.
I was going to say they could be. That's literally what I was about to say. Maybe they're just changing the Bachelorette. I feel like
to make it more authentic, relatable.
If you don't like poise, I just think just emotional regulation. Like that's the really because Taylor Frankie, she can't do that. She is a raw walking nerve, and she cannot censor herself.
Emotional regulation would be good,
just a teeny bit.
I think, yeah.
But that said, have you ever been more excited to see a season of The Bachelorette?
No.
Like they did it. Like you said it. What a way to, you said this months ago, what a way to fucking reinvent a brand.
Good Lord. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I'm so excited for our corners.
We'll be doing our corners, our Bachelorette corners. We're not covering the whole show, but we will be doing corners of it on our Sunday night shows. The ones that air Sunday night, the one that drops Sunday night and then Monday morning.
But yes, it's going to be, we're excited to talk about it even just for a little bit that we can. We wish we had more time, y'all, but 90 Day keeps on going. Keeps on going.
Even if the world keeps burning, Matt Sharp's going to put out a show on Sunday night.
Unless it's the Super Bowl.
True.
That's it.
True. That's the only thing that makes the Sharp machine pause for a day.
And if you're new to us and watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, are you new? And you're maybe watching us on the YouTube, hello. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, comment. We appreciate that very much. But also, if you're new to Reality Gays, be sure to check, y'all, this 90 Day is really going strong right now. If y'all want to jump in just to some, if you like, look, 90 Day walked so Taylor Frankie Paul could run with her messy top knot. Truly. Like this, I think this
season of B90 is a troll fest.
It's so great.
Yeah, it's that iteration of the show has turned into kind of what not to do. Here's how not to have an international relationship. Yeah.
Anyway, it's wonderful. So be sure to check all that. Those episodes air on YouTube here on Tuesday nights on YouTube Stay. Or you can listen on the podcast. They air on Sunday and Monday, respectively. All right. Shall we jump into this?
Yes.
Okay.
I
mentioned Michaela. I knew we were doomed when Dakota walked through the door. Didn't we all, Michaela? Didn't we all?
I think this is so interesting. What we learn about her mom and the bio dad. And now that Taylor's just repeating, I wonder how many Frankie Paul women, how many have repeated this cycle?
That's true. And now
her grandmother was fighting with Horace in the same way. Ethel Frankie Paul.
I think it's going to be one of those Ethel Frankie Paul. I think it's going to be one of those kind of sad things where the mom tried to it's cliche, but it's so true.
Generational
if you
trauma.
try to push things down and not talk about it and not deal with it, what happens is you become a mirror and just reflect your experience on your child and they recreate it.
And that is exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming everything that's happened in Taylor's life on her mother, but good Lord, it's what was modeled.
It's what was modeled, yeah.
And we can't make choices. Children and even young adults, we can't create something out of nothing to do.
That's true. That is true.
Can't watch Grey's Anatomy and figure out what to do with our lives. Actually, a lot of us have, and that's why the phrase "my person" has become so popular. And it wasn't even her person. That was Christina Yang and Ellen Pompeo.
This show's 20 years old.
It's still going.
It is. You know what? That's fair. It's still going.
It's still relatable. It's not relatable
like
at all.
Lisa from 90 Day. It's still going.
It's still going. I'm sorry if you hear me clearing my throat.
Sucked dick last night?
No, I wish. We have not had consistent weather here in Los Angeles.
Oh, boy.
And I woke up with an ague in my chest.
Weather report with Poodle Boudreaux.
A deep, what is it called? Qatar. So if you hear me, that's what's happening. I have a lozenge in and I'm doing my best.
That's all. We're just happy you're here.
Really?
So y'all, they're in the midfield. Dakota's like, you're always cutting me down. Tell him what terrible I am. Michaela and Jace come out
to mediate. Like Michaela says, I feel like a sad, disappointed mother. And then
watching her child make all the wrong decisions in her life.
It's interesting. That is exactly not the way to treat Taylor. It's interesting. I think I don't think any of the women are handling it well. Really should be about building Taylor up, but then I understand how frustrating it gets because you do build her up and then she does the exact same thing because she doesn't feel like she's worthy of love. So
it's frustrating because like when she says, I'm hurt. And then she says, I deserve everything I fucking did.
Yeah.
I know Taylor was in therapy. I feel like she's not in therapy anymore.
Yeah, of course, that ain't working.
Who has time for therapy?
When you're filming 17 hours a day.
Yeah, truly. Like, are they going to just have The Bachelorette going and at the same time filming an episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
100%. She will film 2 shows.
She better be getting fucking
these women are just running on. You turn the little cranks in their back and they walk like automatons. It's crazy.
I'm kind of worried for all of them, actually.
Yep, me too.
They're doing too much.
And they're all kind of incredible. Like that's
in their own right, yeah. Yeah.
Not Demi, though.
Who?
Exactly.
We're never going to see her again. But so she's like, the next line she says, I'm trying to move forward and it's hard and in therapy. But again, like it ain't working. She's like, I have trouble admitting that I deserve better.
I think that is a very common thing.
It is.
And, it is. And I think it's a hard thing because when you feel worthless, that doesn't make any sense to say I deserve better. Because why? If you really do believe you're worthless.
Yeah.
It's
that thing though too. It's like, I remember one of my friends was talking about a guy and he wasn't a great guy and she was talking about him and she like in her head knew he wasn't the right guy. And I just looked at her and I said, are you done though?
Yeah.
And she kind of looked at me and she said, I'm not. I said, then there's nothing we can do here until you reach that point where you are done.
Until you're on the floor.
Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and both Dakota. Well, Taylor, Frankie, Paul's not done. With Dakota, I don't know if he's done or he just needs to manipulate her to. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I said this last episode that he loves her. I think he does in his own fucked up way, but I also feel like, does he want to use her for clout and to be on this show? And he knows if he's not with her.
I don't know about that.
Now that they're trying to make Dad Talk a thing, like I feel like that's the real reason Dad Talk's trying to make this something because they know half their wives are probably going to leave them.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I think Jacob and Jace don't believe that. I think they're on for the ride.
I think so.
The others are more worried about financial stuff, like Jordan, Chase. Yeah, the others are looking for financial stuff. Yeah. So Michaela basically says, look, I want you. Michaela kind of has to break them up. This was kind of stunning where she said, look, I want for you guys to both be happy. And I think you both know this is not meant to be. And she basically says, look, you don't need to be together. And if I could, I'm going to keep you apart. And she keeps saying, I want to let it go. Dakota says, we owe it to our son to work together and be on the same team. And he even says, Taylor's not going to be the one to stop this. And it's going to have to be me. I don't know if I believe he can do that because I don't think he's really healed at all from as being, he's an addict.
They're both addicts, in my opinion.
Yeah. She's
a love addict. She needs to go to Love Addict Anonymous, go to do all the things. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. But so anyway, it's so interesting. And then when you see the mom, the scene with her and the mom and how judgmental the mom is, because the last thing Taylor wants, that's why she says later on, she's like, I don't tell you anything because all you do is berate me and shame me. Mm-hmm. And Taylor does not need any more shame. Mm-hmm. After this.
She does not. Oh, we should also say we have only watched episodes 6 and 7. Y'all, we're doing this 2 at a time. So I don't know if the mother makes a kumbaya in episode 10.
She's not going to.
We don't see it. So we don't know it yet. So
moms like this don't change over time.
No.
It would take, you know what it would take? It would take either a huge event. Also, she's still going to church.
Yeah, I think people think when you break out and people, it's hard to judge someone who's in I'm going to use their word, even though it's like you said, overused, in a toxic relationship. You know, on the outside, we're all going, why don't they see it? Why do they do this? Like da-da-da-da-da. But on the flip side of that, you kind of don't. Until you've been through something like that, you kind of have no idea of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
And so I know that because she truly is in that. But Leanne, I think we're going to find out, was in that. Mm-hmm. And but she, I just thought that could have been, like you said, a great way of modeling to her children.
Yeah.
I mean, my mother talked about everything and didn't have boundaries in a lot of ways, but at the same time, my mother talked about everything. So we felt pretty comfortable like talking to my mom about stuff. And I bet.
And she wasn't judgmental?
More just as she got older, but not really when we were younger. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I just feel like, don't you think Taylor Frankie Paul, you know what I think this is just my take, and y'all come at me, and I don't mean, but I think the worst thing for a child to grow up in is a quiet house.
Yeah.
And we did not have a quiet house.
Yeah.
I know you didn't either.
No.
But I bet Taylor just grew up, it's a very quiet home. Leanne was just in her head, didn't say a lot. Yeah.
And all this stuff about her dad, seems like she doesn't even know anything about the birth father. And the fact that, and it seems like the mom has just said, I don't want to bring you into that because I don't want to dig up. Here's the thing. The mom doesn't want to talk about that because she's still ashamed of it.
Yes. And we have to bring
up. But Taylor needs it.
This is looped in with Mormon culture of you don't talk about the past. You don't talk about harmful things.
Because you're going to be in the celestial kingdom one day.
You're going to be in the celestial kingdom and you're going to give it to God. Mm-hmm. God's going to deal with that. Not you. But
God's got this.
As you said, God, she's on another planet. She left years ago.
She's gone.
She said, I'm done, y'all.
She peaced out.
You're on. But the thing that you have to do that Taylor can't do, and watching Taylor Frankie Paul, it reminds me of when, and I had to learn this skill, but when I first started being a therapist years ago, I would get so frustrated. I sometimes would leave a session and be like, this fucking idiot, how many more times are they going to do this? We've talked about it. Mm-hmm. I kind of help them come to some behavior changes or something. But then I realized the good thing about that, it's made me be really patient with people and recognize people move in their own time. But what Taylor, I don't think recognizes, I think people think of when I have the awareness and I know it's toxic, I know it's this, then that's going to be the healing. That's going to be the aha. Mm-hmm. Like the light comes in and suddenly it's so much easier to move through the world. But what you don't realize, it's actually going to be, once you have the awareness,
it's worse.
Changing the behavior is actually more painful and really uncomfortable.
Totally agree.
And you have to do it, and you have to sit with it. And that's where the healing happens, is not the breaking up with someone.
No.
It's the sitting through yourself, sitting through the uncomfortableness and allowing yourself to dream and to heal.
Yeah.
That's where, and she's not there at all.
You know what helped for me? It's I hate, and I know people will push me. I hate the term self-love because I think it's overly used. And I told my therapist this. She's like, my therapist said, "What about self-acceptance?" And I went, "I can handle that." Yeah. And it's just because the term love for a lot of people is so loaded.
It's so loaded,
of what you think. And it means something to everyone else, and people can't understand. It's a word that's almost non-transactional. You can't pass it to someone else what their version of love is. And that flipped everything for me. One term, and we're so obsessed with because we all chase love. And the problem, and she talked to me about this, she said, the problem is a lot of people have the problem with that term because love is such an aspirational thing. And we never really find it. It's like always kind of out there. And she's like, but acceptance kind of makes sense. Yeah. It's like, and actually that's self-love. I've just changed the term.
I mean, I was a narrative therapist. That's all we did was just change the terms for people.
Yeah.
Because how we use language is how we define our experience.
Totally.
Because self-love works for me, but that's the whole point. It should find what works for you.
Right.
So, maybe, because I would feel like if you told Taylor Frankie Paul, you don't need self-love, you need self-acceptance, she would go, Gee!
In what way? What would that do for her? I'm sorry.
Because to accept her, I think it would be a good thing for her to look at it differently because love is really a loaded term in a religious context.
Yeah, exactly.
And for her, self-acceptance is an action term.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not this abstract idea. Anyway, but y'all get used to it because I don't think it's going to fix itself anytime soon.
Let's go to LA where Jen and Macy's calling her. She's like, I have 5 mental breakdowns a day. I guess, y'all, Dancing with the Stars, it seems like they're in rehearsal, as they say, 6 to 7 hours a day.
Well, yeah.
And then she's a mom of 3 children. And Macy says the book tour is going well.
And breastfeeding.
And breastfeeding, yeah. Anyway. And Macy's talking about how is it hard to tell the hard stories every time. She's like, yeah, it kind of is. You know, when I was abused and my baby daddy died, and yeah, it's kind of hard. Kind of hard. Meanwhile,
in LA at Whitney's, she gets the news that she just booked her agent calls her on a Saturday. God, when your agent calls you on a Saturday, that's the best call.
That's a good
they're
thing.
Not going to fire you on a weekend.
That's true.
Oh, I remember that. But she got this movie Christmas Match, which I got to email our friend. I want to get on that set. Our friend is directed it. She's the EP. Our friend's direct. We got to do that. We need to meet her.
I would freak out.
I
would work craft services on that film.
I'd have show up and then you would eat all the craft services.
It's a union thing,
I'm sure. I'm going to message him today.
She says that she's always had a dream to be an actor. And
always.
She starts crying and she's like, and here comes the anxiety with it. That's such a relatable thing because I know when I get something or I get news like that, the first thought is, okay, well, this is going to be good. And
it is. Well, I do that too, actually. I think that's a fair.
It's my first thought of psyching myself out. And it's nice just to stay in the moment. It's hard for me though. And then Connor says, so I got to say, Connor's the best husband on this show, and he will always be, regardless if she's in a lavender marriage.
And his hair is getting better now that he moved to LA, so he's getting hot again.
Yeah.
Because he was a bad hair at the first of the season. He really is so sweet. And just the difference of like how he's behaving versus how Zach is behaving.
Ugh. He can't hide his true colors for long. Zach can't. And Connor says, LA might need to be our home base and we need to consider it. So, meanwhile, back to Utah. Mm-hmm. This is the whole thing with the mom. I kind of understand why Taylor wanted her sister there. But God, I feel bad for the sister being in the middle of that. And now the sister has to be a referee and needs her own therapy session. Because the sister's going to be codependent as fuck.
Yep. And the sister is probably, quote, the good sister. And TFP's the bad sister. So that plays in. And so Taylor starts, she's like, it's no secret that my mom is judgmental. Yeah. And she's like, but I want to talk to her. So we're talking about the trip. And she's like, why did Dakota go? And she's like, oh, because of dad talk. And Leanne says, well, I'm excited about the Bachelorette. I hope you can find someone and forget about Dakota. And Leanne just said,
isn't that just typical? I'm sorry. Isn't that just typical? You find a new guy and then you forget about all your old problems.
And that is how a lot of people get over. I've never done this because I really haven't had many relationships. But but a lot of people do that. They don't get over someone until they're on someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my dad.
Replaced him with another blonde.
He was cheating on him. Yeah, I mean, he had to be having an affair with another woman before he would end the marriage that he was in. That's how he had to do it.
I see. He needed to knock the Coke machine over a couple times by fucking outside the marriage. I see.
I mean, the second one, he didn't marry her. He was just having sex with her daughter. And so, who was in her 40s because they were older, but still, yeah. But that was my dad. I remember saying when dad married his third wife, who we just really couldn't stand the most. She was horrible. Didn't even come to his funeral.
Oh.
And I'll never forgive her for that. But I said, Dad, this is a relationship that had been like, oh my God. My dad and his third wife were Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Dakota. It was that toxic, and it went on for years. And then finally they decided to get married. And I remember Aunt Darla looked at him. I remember she's just sitting at the table. My dad was eating some chocolate cake that Aunt Peggy had made. This is when Darla and Peggy talked.
We're talking. Yeah.
And Aunt Darla looked at him and said, what kind of dumb fuck are you? And he's like, what do you mean? And then I remember my dad saying, well, what do you want me to do? It's better than being alone. Oh. And I thought, oh my God. But this is so common.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a dog. Get a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or fuck around. There's that.
Yeah.
You can find a new person every week.
Get a baby doll named Anne Marie and carry it around like Aisha on Love After Lockup. Again, if you're not listening to our Love After Lockup, you're missing our best episodes, y'all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So mom says, so did you sleep with him? First of all, okay, I guess we're going there. Mm-hmm. And she goes, no. And then she says, well, even if I did, I wouldn't admit it, with your judgment. And she's like, okay, Dakota. So then she says, okay, Dakota Jr. So then she starts berating her daughter. And then Taylor says, you're my mother. You're not a fuckboy. You're supposed to be my safe space. When I need help, I'm not calling you.
She said, she said, I don't want you to yell at me and tell me I'm trash, because that is what she did at the barbecue.
That's what they did.
That's exactly what they did. And she pulls this whole, y'all, I don't care if your parents were religious.
Say?
If they pull this fucking honor your father and mother, fuck that. You should, quote, honor your father and mother. If they were good parents and raise you in and don't emotionally scar you. No one, including your parent, y'all, people get one chance to tell you that you're a piece of shit. One. Yep. And then after that, they're out of they have to change their ways or they're out of your life.
Yep.
I will not accept that.
And And then the sister goes, Taylor's doing this because of what's happened in the past. She's very calmly.
She's trying to be calm. And then Taylor's activated.
Yep.
And she's like, well, I slept with him. Is that what you want? I did it.
And the mom goes, well, that's so stupid. And y'all, trust me, she does not hear that's so stupid. She hears you're stupid.
You're stupid. Yep, you're stupid.
She hears you're stupid for doing that. You're a stupid person. And then she launches into, I've cried the last 3 years. And I went, you are hitting all the bad mom tropes one by one by one by one.
Yeah, it's not no.
And then she says, you're not in my shoes. You don't know. And she's like, but I've very much been in your shoes. Like, no, you haven't. She's like, when did you get divorced? When did you have 2 miscarriages? When did you have a baby daddy that hit on your friends? Your friend,
and,
yeah.
And Leanne says, which this is new to us because I didn't know this about her dad. Well, I got pregnant with a guy who was an addict, worst of Dakota. And I went.
Probably even worse than Dakota.
And I went, excuse me?
Yeah. I'm leaning in.
And then she said, I think she would be more grounded if she went to church.
Yep. Another trope.
A church that tells you to swallow it and put it down. And
Yep. And then Leanne says, this is the grossest thing. You think the guys on The Bachelorette are going to want someone like that? That's the whole shame thing, the whole purity thing. And I mean, she is just hitting every single mark.
Yeah.
This whole conversation, I went, I completely understand why Taylor's the way she is with a mom like this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know I fucked up again. Right now, I just want to have some grace. And then the mom just doesn't give it to her. She's like, so how are you going to portray yourself on The Bachelorette? Some wild pineapple girl? Like, I don't know what that means. What do you mean? She's like, oh, you mean the swingers thing? The interesting thing is now we get in this thing where Taylor, the validation she needs is for her mom to basically call her a slut. And that's why, but what I don't like is the girls saying, I think you kind of enjoy the toxicity. You don't enjoy the toxicity. It's the validation that the toxicity gives you. Because you're not getting validation from anybody. The toxicity is the validation that says, that's what I need to make me believe I'm not worthy of anything.
Yeah. And to make me feel, she actually, when she's called a slut, she feels seen.
Right.
Not in the right way, but she's but she's at least acknowledged.
Because I don't know if saying, and you kind of enjoy it, I don't know if that's helpful language. Because that's a good point, because it kind of sounds like that's someone who's fucked up.
Well, I mean, I think Taylor Frankie Paul's got a long way to go. She's got a lot.
Right. I'm implying that doesn't help. The language doesn't help.
Yeah.
Because language is all we have, y'all.
I remember, again, I wouldn't say things like, do you enjoy the toxicity? Right. I would say what I always ask people was, what do you get from that?
I think that's a very different question.
Then it's a way of, what do I get from this toxicity? I get kind of what you're saying, this or that. And that's a good question. If you're doing a behavior that's terrible, ask yourself, what does this give me when I do this?
Yeah. What's the benefit?
Yeah. And the benefit could be negative, but it's still, believe me, like Poodle. When the defensive line just lazy Susans you, what does it give you?
I get mine.
Oh, okay.
Again and again and again.
Yeah.
And then I can sleep at night.
Oh, so it gives you sleep.
I'm finally, all the noises in my head and all the evil spirits have been banished.
Your mind
and my
is
head
quiet.
is just blank.
Yes,
finally,
and you're
my
able to
mind
sleep.
is quiet.
There you go. So then if I was your therapist, I could say, okay, how do we find ways to quiet your mind without a defensive line ramrodding you?
I would go, I'm not familiar.
You would say, the offensive line?
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, you're right.
My brain goes, boop, and then it's filled with other things.
The mom really does hit all the bad moms.
All of them.
She's going to get.
It's like whack-a-mole.
It really shows too that, like, Taylor Frankie Paul should not be on social media with the comments and everything. That's got to be terrible too. So,
What's
anyway.
interesting is after that, Leanne says, well, she's like, you're being a contradiction. And she's like, no, I'm just being straight up with you. You're being a bitch. And Mom says, you're being a bitch and you have no respect. And she's like, great. You called me a bitch. And then she says, I'm not the fucking parent. That's a really interesting thing to say. Mm-hmm. Because in a way, the parent's role is to be there for their kid. That is the number one job of a parent. Mm-hmm. That's it. Number one.
And it's hard, though, when people have kids when they're, I think Leanne was 17 when she got pregnant
young.
with Taylor.
Yeah.
It's just hard because people don't know how to, because we do have to, even if you have good parents, once you leave the house, you have to learn to parent yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great way of looking at self-love, is looking at how do I self-parent, because that is something we do. How do I take care of me? Mm-hmm. And I don't think Leanne knew how to do that. She just immediately got with another guy who thankfully was a quote decent guy and like really raised Taylor well and was a dad to her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Again, we can see she never dealt with any of this. She just moved on.
She even says, Taylor says, in Mormon culture, children get judgment for their mistakes because it reflects on their parents. I'm sure no one else grew up with your mother saying, how's this going to make me look? What are people going to say?
My mother did not say that.
She never said that?
No.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
I don't. We already know the answer to yours.
Maybe. I don't know. I was just giving an example. I wasn't my own personal experience at all. Mm-hmm. And then she says, my mom and we're just mirroring each other. I see things in her that I don't even want to acknowledge in myself. It's just,
yeah.
This show's crazy.
It's crazy.
We've never seen Taylor like this in 4 seasons. We've never seen her reveal this much.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm very worried. I'm worried this is too much for her. I'm worried it's too much. It's too much emotional excavation combined with the Bachelorette and everything.
The fame.
Because again, like I said, when you have this kind of this emotional excavation, you kind of need to have quiet. You kind of need to have peace,
processing time,
and time to walk through it.
And there's no time. Yeah. Meanwhile, Michaela's doing a stem cell treatment in Los Angeles, and Whitney shows up, and I'm like, this is just bizarro world.
This is bizarre. We never thought Whitney, she said, I had to get on a flight now, but I flew in early, and so she's there to be with her.
Yeah.
This looks really painful, but Michaela's like, I'm used to the needles now.
And then Whitney's talking about, I'm trying to do it all: movies, Dancing with the Stars, brand stuff, and all the relationships I've spent time building, but I'm spread really thin. And Michaela's talking about Jace, and they've made no progress on the intimacy because she's been, if you remember from last season, she's been trying to go to heal her sexual trauma that she was sexually abused. And there's a clip is like, when your sexual activity, do you call it satisfactory? And Jason's like, I can't even answer it. And she's like, okay, let's say never. It's God, everyone in this group, you could not have cast it better.
They all have dark past.
Yeah. And also formidable issues that they're having to face. Mm-hmm. And I think if you went to, I think it's also being a side effect of growing up in the Mormon church. There is just, when you push away all negative feelings for so long, you wind up having to deal with it. These women are having to deal with it in their mid-20s to 30s.
Well, and I don't think that would be coming. I think Oprah or somebody else said this, but I do think it's true. I think fame magnifies who you are, but also the things you haven't worked on, it magnifies that even more.
Yeah. And
I think because of this success, that is kind of, these are things maybe they wouldn't have dealt with normally until they were maybe in their 30s or 40s.
Agree. Yeah.
So this is a really young age to do it.
I think
she said they haven't made any progress really in their sex life.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I get it. She's like, all my health is out of control right now. So it's true. Like, it's hard to focus on anything when you don't have your health.
Let's go now. I think we can. Well, there's one more little LA thing about Whitney, and then we can go back to Whitney and Connor at a pumpkin patch, and she is so overwhelmed. And rehearsals, she's anxious. She starts crying, and
she feels like a bad mom. And again,
also Jen feels the same way.
But the difference of Connor and Zach is the way Connor supports her really is. Just
he says, you don't need to worry about being a bad mom. I got that covered. I promise. And I wrote down, I teared up here and I said, you are the best husband and the best support system.
I know.
And she says, I'm overwhelmed.
Can I just say, do you notice, like, when she says I'm overwhelmed, I don't know if he's had therapy, but
had to have.
When she said, I'm overwhelmed, I feel like a bad mom, and he responded and said, I imagine that's really scary for you.
Validates her.
And he doesn't offer solutions. He just he doesn't tell her what to do, which is what Zach does a lot for Jen.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm telling you that this is really dark.
Oh, God.
But she's going to like try to kill him one day.
Oh. I could see that. Actually, I could see that.
He's going to say something, and she will snap, and she will come at him with a knife or something, and it will completely be his fault
because Michaela's a little crazy, or Jen's a little crazy. I mean, not Jen's a little crazy. Yeah,
Jen's
a wild one. She's a wild one,
and it will be completely his fault, and he will have instigated it all. Yeah.
So
again, don't ask why a woman comes at a husband. There's always a reason.
It's
true. It's not like when a husband comes or the husband comes to his wife. There's always a reason.
There's always a reason. So Whitney is supposed to go to Macy's thing.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't have the energy.
And Connor's like, it's okay if this is too much for you, and I think a good friend would understand. And I thought, normally, yes, Whitney, but I'm sorry, bitch. You got to get on that plane and go because you fucked up and you didn't go to her thing before.
Yeah.
You need, I know you probably really don't care about mom. I do think she cares for these girls. I do think she does, actually.
As long as it benefits her.
But I think I think she cares about them, but she doesn't really care about the idea of mom talk and being in mom talk. No. She's like, I'm done. I'm going on to my other things.
Yeah.
But you got it, girl. You got to go to this.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting as well. I was like,
especially the way she acted earlier.
I know.
About Jesse not going to her thing.
They showed that clip.
She's going to get red for this at the reunion.
Yep. Hopefully she'll be understanding more instead of being defensive like she was last time.
When if we don't, we'll see the behind the scenes on season 5 of Secret Lives of Mormon, where they do an episode about the season 4 reunion because they never stopped filming. So let's go back to
Salt Lake City. And Taylor's got her heating pad. Mm-hmm. Jesse and Macy are over with their kids, and they're talking about the book show, the book event, I should say. And it all came together. Everything's fine. And Taylor's talking about, I told my mom about sleeping with Dakota. It was a real shit show. And then she's like, I was like, as a mother, I want her to know I was scared to tell her these things. And I'm so glad the girls support her. She's like, Jesse says, that's ego talking. That's her ego.
That's your mom's ego. Yeah.
And Macy says, I had a similar situation.
Well, let me make the connection a little. Leanne's response to that was, so you think I'm a terrible mom? And then Jesse said, that's her ego talking.
Never heard that before.
I never heard that either, I'll be honest.
What? Never heard? You never heard that? You never heard. So I guess I'm a terrible mother.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Yeah. Put a feather in your cap.
Well, I have other things. We all have other things.
And Macy says, I couldn't confide in my parents either. I didn't tell them I was being pregnant or being abused. And that's where Taylor's like, this generational trauma, maybe I can stop it and be the one to break the cycle. But before we have to do anything else, Macy's like, I got to go breastfeed because, one of the babies I had.
One of the babies. Well, and I thought Jesse really, when she said, I thought this was a better way of saying you like this. She said, but the chaos is your comfort zone. I hope Taylor
That's a
holds on
better
to that.
way of saying that you
That's what we've been saying.
enjoy the toxicity.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
It's your comfort
familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, okay. So later on, we are in TFP now she basically is talking about how she hired a
genealogist.
Genealogist.
How do you find one of those?
Oh, I'm
Just
sure
go
we
on
have
Yelp?
a sissy genealogist. You
That's
know,
true.
I got to respond. I said I wanted a witch to do a spell, and a sissy who's a witch messaged me. I think I'm going to have her do a weather spell.
Yeah, this weather's got to be better.
It's my fault. It's fully my fault. I feel it. I'm taking
you used
ownership
to blame
of it.
me for it.
I did, and I was wrong. It was me. I fucked the wrong witch in Salem in the 1600s, and I'm paying for it.
Yeah, you fucked the wrong witch. All right, probably one of my people. Mm-hmm. So we meet Hillary. Later on, we meet Hillary, who is I guess, family therapist.
She's a family therapist who specializes in mother and daughter relations.
Boy,
Good luck.
I was going to say,
woo, that's a practice. But what a practice to have. And so,
Mom really shows her ass here. I thought I was glad you could see that Taylor was kind of like looking at the therapist, like saying, "See what I'm talking about?"
Because Leanne starts with, "How does a parent of an adult kid?" How do you parent an adult kid who does the same thing over and over?
In other words, I'm doing everything I know how
because
to do.
Everything I've told her that's going to happen happens.
Shame.
And I would, Hillary, I would say, I mean, yes, you're always a parent, but I would definitely be like, well, as a child gets older, we have to reframe what parenting is. How you parent a 15-year-old is different than how you parent a 25-year-old.
Or a 31-year-old.
Yeah. So, and Hillary says, I've learned that daughters need to be heard first. And because when you offer solutions, it comes across that you are not trusting them to make solid adult decisions in their life. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Leanne doesn't trust Taylor. I'll be honest. I don't trust Taylor to make the correct adult decisions in her life. None of the mom talk does. None of us do. What this truly is all about, it really is just this love addiction that's evolved from her feeling, and that's how love addiction comes from feeling unlovable. Mm-hmm. Everyone around her truly is enabling. Like they need like some type of, honestly, like group therapy of how do we support Taylor and not enable her? Because this is just a season of enabling, truly.
It's a good point. Yeah. And also when they're talking to her about, and I know they're just over it, but every time they talk to her, it reaffirms her own status in her head as shameful and slutty, and worthless. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, Then they're talking about it kind of staggered me when Taylor says, at the end of the day, I just want someone to choose me, and you've had your stipulations, but you've never had this exact same situation. And Leanne just says, I don't know how to express that empathy for that. And I went, boom, because
I can't believe she said it.
You are still ashamed of how you were. Mm-hmm. So you can't give that to someone else because it's not there for you.
And she says, I'm hard on her because I could see the traits that I had when I was younger, and I don't want her to go through that. And it's like, Leanne, it's too late. She's already going through that. And the thing too is, and this is part of like religion, God chooses you. Jesus was the chosen one. You are his chosen. When Taylor said, I just want someone to choose me, I went, honey, choose yourself.
Yep. That's
the only person who chooses. That's it. That's all we can do.
It's interesting you talking about that because there's a lot of ignorance of your own agency in religion.
That's a great way to put it.
Because you do give it to God so much, or you're trusting God to give you something, but you're betraying your own agency, and you're betraying this idea of I have to behave so well so I'll make God happy.
Yeah.
And also and even though the Christians talk about this, God loves us no matter what, blah, 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 we do that. I wonder if people believe that.
No, they don't, because he also believes that it'll spite you and you'll go to hell.
Smite you.
That's what I said.
Close enough.
That's what I said.
God spited him. No, but I think this points to it. There's just this complete inability to trust your own agency. And and not to choose yourself.
And look, there are healthy ways to have religion. It's not like we're there. I know some people who have struggled in addiction that truly their faith helped get them through that. But they also didn't just give it to God. They went to meetings. They did therapy. And they became religious as well. Like,
do work on yourself. Don't just trust God to do it.
Yes, I have a friend who went through it. High school principal, went drunk to school, like had an epic.
Wow! Can you imagine your principal being drunk?
Oh, and really, I mean, it was all in the papers. It was in the Daily Oklahoman. She had this huge.
When it's hit the Daily Oklahoman.
Well, that's the statewide paper. I mean, of course, it went to the Ardmore, right? It didn't go to the Lone Grove Ledger because Lone Grove Ledger, went out of business 3 years ago after Gary died. But anyway, but I'm really proud of her now when I see like on her Facebook and stuff. Yes, she's very religious, but she talks about she's dedicated her life to working in addiction therapy and being a counselor. Like, so you got to do things like that. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some bitch.
Yeah, some bitch.
I'm just some dumb bitch. Some dumb bitch.
So we're at the book event, but before that, we have a brunch, and we find out Whitney's not coming. She's exhausted, and Jen is sick. And they go, "Is she?" So we have to call Jen to make sure she's sick.
Jen looks like shit.
Yeah. Jen sounds like I do today.
She's like, I'm sorry. And so they get off the phone and they're like, oh, okay, well.
I think Jen is actually sick.
I got to say, this blue jumpsuit Taylor is wearing is so pretty on her.
I thought the same thing. She's looked better. She's looked the best in this than she's looked all season. I'm fine with the sweats, but she also wears these kind of sometimes matronly things when she does have to dress up that look older than her.
Yeah.
But this is really cute. They're going to dress her well for Bachelorette, though.
Oh,
she'll look great.
And her hair's all. They're not going to let. I mean,
they're not going to let her have that rat's nest
unless there's like a late night meeting or whatever. I don't know.
I hope they let her wear sweats.
I am so anxious about the Bachelorette. Like I'm going to watch, but I am like,
cut that off. You don't need to be. Don't be codependent with Taylor Frankie Paul.
This is my Lost. I'm like, I'm going to be like, ooh.
Don't talk about Lost. Don't talk about, because you're one of the few people who watched some of it and stopped watching it.
I watched the whole first season. I didn't get it.
No one said they didn't get it.
I don't care about the numbers on some tank. You're all dead anyway. It doesn't matter.
I think you had to watch it when everyone had when it had a chokehold on everyone. Everyone was talking about the water coolers.
You do know a lot about chokeholds.
Just a little light pressure.
So
don't leave a mark.
So yes, so Jen's off the hook. And
they're pissed about Whitney though.
And Taylor's like, yeah, this is not acceptable. I'm bugged by this a lot. And Macy, of course, just writes it off. And you know, Michaela's like, do you think Whitney kind of even like, did you think they even miss us? Like that they're not here?
Yeah.
And Miranda then says in her interview, she's like, look, I love Miranda. I know you are.
She is showing up this season. Yeah.
And
she looks great too. She doesn't look that like slutty Barbie.
No,
shit
she looks great. She says, season. Look, Whitney let everyone know that she tried to let everybody, she told everybody I came back for clout, which is wrong. I'm here for the money. And I applauded.
Of course she is.
I love her.
Anyway, they're pissed off about Whitney. Jacob is telling Macy he's making a video, and she's like, "You're doing amazing." And then they ask him, how proud do you feel? He starts crying. She accomplishes this huge task of getting all her struggles out there in the world. And that's where Macy says, this is what Mom Talk's all about. The girls cheering each other on. Jesse's interviewing her. And one woman asks her, how do you know you're in the one day? I don't know what this is.
I guess she talks about that in her book, like this is your one day. I think this is her way of redefining Oprah's aha. What's like the moment. That's how I took it.
Got it.
We have not read the book.
No.
If sissies did read the book, let us know. We're not. Not that I don't want to read it, but it's just,
I think Macy's
I would
great.
read it. It's just time.
No, I'm not going to read that. Just like I'm not going to read the Heated Rivalry books.
I read one I would read Macy's book on a plane.
Yeah. Whatever.
I feel like plane books don't have to be as good because on a plane I'm distracted by everything going on. So it's like I'm not going to read Chaucer on a plane.
Why would you
that way or not?
Chaucer anyway?
Well, I know, but I mean, like, I'm not going to read something that really takes my attention on a plane. But maybe some people do. I get distracted.
I think I'm the opposite. I need something that's going to really compel me.
Ah, that makes sense. So it helps you focus and kind of.
Yeah.
So that way, when the plane bounces up and down, you don't scream like a 40-year-old woman.
Super compelling. I think. Yeah, I need like suspense stuff on a plane.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
I need it just to kind of, because like you just said, there's too many things distracting me.
Oh, see, I get annoyed when I'm in like, and then a food comes or then I have to stop and Interesting.
I think also the way things are, just the way we live in 2026, I think I need either stuff that's really, really high stakes or not, or something that's completely not.
I get that.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it is for me.
Well,
I need to be choked and a little bit like they were staring into my eyes, or I need them out the door.
You know, none of this matters because Taylor Frankie Paul has 2 half siblings.
Yep. 2 half siblings. The genealogist tells them she's got 2 half siblings.
Whoa.
Wonder if they brush their hair.
I hope she gets to meet them. Even if we don't see it, I hope she gets to meet them.
Yep. We'll see in the next episode.
It's a thing.
That's the show.
We really need to know. It's why history is so important. True, real history, like the actual history. And
I don't know what do you mean real history? Like
the history of where we're from.
I see.
It's why it's so important because there is this sense of a belonging that comes from where we came from. Mm-hmm. And so I hope Taylor can get that because like you said, it's really sad to me that
her mom made it a secret. Her mom created. Her mom was a gatekeeper of something and would not let her have it because she thought it would make her sad. But here's the thing: Mom was the one who was ashamed.
Yeah,
it was a selfish impulse.
Just dumped that shame all into her child.
Yep. I learned a lot. I already knew the mom was a lot of the source of the problems, but boy, it was really cemented by the end.
Yeah.
I think the mom's going to get a lot of flack for this episode.
I think so, yeah. They need Taylor and Leanne, they need, and probably Amber too. The 3 of them need to go to, or I'm sorry, Aspen, yeah. The 3 of them need to go to family therapy for a good 2 or 3 years.
2 decades.
And as Poodle said, that is the show, everyone. All right. We know y'all ready. We're going to be jumping into episode 7. Just a reminder, be sure to like this video. Leave your comments below.
Like me.
Like us.
Me.
Be sure to subscribe to this channel. You better subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're going to see, because we're going to have memes. We're going to have shorts, YouTube shorts that all air here. You can see all of that content.
If you like us, you're putting your thumb up our butts.
Gross. That's not the what. No, I do not
like
co-sign that.
The thumb.
If you're listening on the podcast, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, if you are listening on the podcast, that's great. But be sure to jump to the YouTube video, y'all, because with Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, we are premiering our YouTube song that Poodle did.
Yes.
So that's the only way you're going to hear it. We're not putting it on the audio feed. You got to watch it on the YouTube. So
y'all are going to die.
It's fun. You did a great job. I'm really proud.
If people
for you.
don't like it, I'll be crushed. That fragile right now.
If you don't like it, don't tell him.
I'm that fragile right now.
We're in a Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which is emotional. Poodle
Why
can't
are we trying to monetize YouTube in a Mercury retrograde? What the fuck? Take us out. I'm over it.
Leave a review if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you are listening on the podcast, please support our sponsors. They support our show and enable us to do what we love. If you don't want to listen to our ads, you can jump to RG Plus on the $8 all audio tier and listen without any commercials. For what, Poodle?
Your pleasure.
Yes. This is Reality Gays saying goodbye for now.
And as always, we will leave you with the strong and immortal words of Demi.
Demi.